Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lillian and you can't see my face right now because today is day 2 of the TSOM series that we're doing on my channel. TSOM means Lent. Lots of Christians around the world are fasting during this period, and us Orthodox Christians specifically fast in a way that we eat vegan for 40 to 55 days up until Easter. So I'm bringing you guys vegan recipes every Sunday, and today's episode 2. So as you can see, there are very few ingredients in front of you right now. It's because this is my favorite pasta to make. I make this all the time. It's so delicious and so easy. So right here I have 1 chopped up onion and a few cloves of garlic. I use 2 to 3 cloves. In all honesty, I love garlic, so I could even use 5 and it would still taste good to me. The main ingredient is peeled tomatoes. You can also get the chopped ones, but I prefer the peeled ones just because I can finally chop it myself. And then here, this is actually the side dish. I've got some baby potatoes. I'm gonna cook them for a bit and then put them in the air fryer to get that crispy finish. And then of course some pasta. And I will be using some seasonings as well, but I will tell you guys which seasoning I use once I add it to the sauce. I forgot to mention one more ingredient, which is spinach. You can use fresh spinach or frozen spinach like I'm doing in this case. Any spinach is fine. You can use any veggies, to be honest, but I don't like adding too many veggies to this dish because I feel like it takes away the flavor, if that makes sense. It's like a classic Italian tomato sauce, so of course you can add veggies if you like, but it's best without any veggies. I'm just adding some spinach because I need some extra nutrients. Okay, so we've got quite some dishes going on here. I'm just doing it at the same time to make it even quicker. So I'm gonna start off with putting hot water in these 2 pans. This is for the baby potatoes that we're gonna boil just a bit. We don't need to boil them too much because they're gonna go in the air fryer as well. And then this is for the pasta. I'm adding some salt to the potatoes. So for the sauce, it's super easy. We're going to start off with some olive oil. You wanna put it on like medium high. I got a call, so I was a bit distracted, but I'm going to add my onions. I also added some salt and oil to my pasta water. I add the garlic a little later because garlic burns pretty quick. So while the onion is cooking, I'm going to chop up the tomatoes. I pick out all the tomatoes first, and they're super soft, so it's easy to chop up. Now I'm going to add the garlic to the dish. Adding the garlic. And while that's cooking for a bit, I'm going to take off the potatoes. Now that the onions are nice and cooked, I'm adding my chopped tomatoes. And I'm adding the rest of the tomato juice. Okay, so I am boiling some water. I hope you guys can hear me. In the tomato can, I'm going to add 1 stock cube. This is the vegetable flavor. And once the water is boiled, I'm going to fill this can with the hot water, probably half of it. Let the stock cube melt, stir the water, and put it in the sauce. You can put it directly into the sauce as well, but I just like to do it this way to also clean off the can. While the water is boiling, I'm going to season my potatoes. I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil, not too much, some salt, and some black pepper. And then I just mix it well. And I put them in my air fryer. I put my air fryer on 190 degrees. I let it cook for like 10 minutes max. After 5 minutes, you want to check and see how it looks. because they're already boiled, they're already soft inside. So I'm literally doing this for a little bit of crisp, and that's it. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. The water is boiled, so I'm filling this tomato can up about halfway. Also, I forgot to mention this ingredient at the start, but I'm going to be using oat milk. This is Oatly oat milk instead of cream. I have to say this though, in the UK the vegan options are very limited. I think unless you go to the big supermarkets, you might have some options there, but I couldn't find any vegan cream in the local Tesco. So in the Netherlands there is a wide range of vegan products, and I used to use this all pro soya cooking cream, and it worked perfect. Like, I even used it when I'm not fasting. So yeah, I'm just going to add this instead. You could use coconut cream if you like to. I just don't like coconut cream because it tastes way too strong, and I'm not a fan of the coconut flavor unless it's like with chocolate or something. So I'm pouring this in here. And I know it looks very thin right now, but you're gonna put the heat a little lower at this point, and you just want to let it simmer, and it will thicken up, trust me. And then once it's thick, we're going to add a little bit of oat milk just to make it a little more creamy. Almost forgot to add the spinach. I'm gonna use about 2 blocks. I don't want it too much, just to add a little bit of color. Might as well add the seasoning at this point. I'm using salt. I don't use a lot of salt when I'm cooking. I'd rather add more salt if the dish needs more. This is black pepper, some curry powder. This gives it so much flavor. Some garlic powder, some turmeric, some ginger, and last but not least, a little bit of chili powder. This chili powder is pretty spicy, so I only add a little bit. Then you mix it all together, and we're going to let it simmer. So while the sauce is simmering and the pasta is cooking and we've got the potatoes in the air fryer, now is the time where you want to try to clean things up, because as you know, they say clean while you cook. It really helps. So this is where I kind of try to clean up a little bit. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. As you can see, the spinach has melted. So I'm just pulling that apart. Don't forget to check on your pasta. It seems like this is almost done. I like my pasta pretty cooked. Not too much though, but I don't like it al dente, so I let it cook properly. This is what the potatoes are looking like. I'm gonna let them cook for a few more minutes, but they're already very crispy. I feel like this video is a bit all over the place, but another ingredient I forgot to mention is tomato paste. It helps thicken the sauce a little bit, and I'll be honest, I don't really measure this. I think that should be enough. And as you can tell, it's already thicker than it was 5 minutes ago. I'm going to turn off the pasta. I also turned off the air fryer. And now is the time that you want to taste the sauce to make sure it's good. So I'm going to add a little bit of milk, not too much, probably like 1/3 of a cup, just to give it that creamy look and taste. Because it's not heavy cream, so if you add too much, it will thin out the sauce. There you go. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but the whole color of the sauce just changed from like a bright red to a creamy red. And now we are going to let that simmer for 5 more minutes, and then we should be done. Okay, I just tasted it, and I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder and a little more salt. Okay, it is looking good. It has thickened up a little, and I'm going to add it directly to the pasta. I think I'm just going to use everything. I like it when my pasta is not, like, I don't like my pasta too dry, so I just add everything directly to the pot. This is what it's looking like. I could have let it simmer a little more, or I'm not sure if I drained the pasta right, because there's quite some liquid at the bottom. We've got our potatoes and then some cucumber on the side, some vegan mayo for the potatoes, and I also got this vegan Parmesan cheese, and it's actually made of coconut oil, so no chemicals, none of that stuff. It's literally coconut oil, potato starch. Anyways, I'm having some Fanta fruit twist. This is my favorite. I actually stopped buying any kind of drinks. Like, I would just drink water at home, water and tea and coffee. But since my boyfriend moved in, we're back to buying drinks, and it's a bad habit for me. And this is the meal. We've got some pasta, creamy pasta. We've got some baby potatoes and some cucumber on the side. Now, this is a typical meal that I make during the week. My goal for this TSOM series or this vegan series is not necessarily to go all out and like make the craziest meals. I am trying to share very easy vegan recipes with you guys and trying to give you guys a little inspiration. So the first two videos of this series, so the previous video in which I cooked rice and today's video in which I made pasta, those are my two main meals, I'll be honest with you guys. So after this, it's gonna be a challenge on trying to decide what I can cook for you guys or bake. So if you have any meals that you want to see, let me know in the comments down below. If you try this out, share it on Instagram and tag me. I would love to see what you guys made of it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to share this video with a friend that's going vegan, that's fasting, or that just needs some inspiration on what to cook tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.